Okay, I'm going to give it just a couple minutes to get going. And then I'm going to answer a question here before I get going on orders, because I do have a few to do I haven't done yet. It came in during the night last night and this morning early. I was up with the class group till about 3 a.m. Working on stuff. So, because we're on different time zones and things, so it ran late my time. But so I was up anyway. I don't know which one I want to use now. But the question was asked on the page this morning, so I wanted to address it. I've done a video on this before, but it's been a while, so honestly, I have no clue where that video ended up at. So I'm gonna redo it because I was gonna post it on YouTube too, and haven't done it yet. So I'm trying to make sure my iPad is on mute so it doesn't go scary on me. So I can find this right now. Give it just a minute to make sure. The Wednesday video had to disappear. Okay, found it. So, my dog's gone crazy again now. The question is posted by that I can't say her. I'm thinking it's pronounced Misha. She posted several hours ago, so I was going to get to it because apparently several people have not seen it or haven't seen that video. But she says, I noticed that it is advised to renew your listing after you make changes. Does Etsy not update that info automatically? Say I add new titles and tags, then I'm new to Etsy for those words, right? Sorry, but I want to understand. So here's the thing. If you are doing a brand spanking new listing and you click publish, it publishes it right then. You are immediately showing up in the search for that wording. You may not show on page 1, but you are immediately, within a minute or so in that search. You may be on page 25 or further back or whatever, but you're in there. The way you can check that is to go to, I'll show you. Sorry. Say, you go and do a search for the item. You get to here, and normally it's default set to relevancy. So you change that to most recent. And when you change it to most recent, you should see the items that were just recently listed, and yours should appear. If it's something you listed in the last few minutes, they should be showing up there. Or somewhere, pretty close. Most of the time, they'll be like the last things showing. I'm trying to see. If it's been like a day or so, then they're not going to show as well. But normally when you do it and it's been like a minute or so ago, it's going to show up. I was looking to see. Somebody has posted like a ton last night. So my stuff that I had posted, that was recent is long past. But being able to find. But that's how you would do it. That's how you would see the most recent things posted, and you would be able to tell that yours showed up. Here's the thing. if you post, say, have an item that is, you need to change the the titles completely for a different search phrase. So here's an example, and I wish I'd have videoed it then, but I didn't, of what can happen. So I posted my listings for some items that I was adding in my new shop, and I had free listings. So this is what really made me sick about the fact that I was just dumb to do this. I was posting listings for this new, well, not this, yeah, this new shop that I have that's the silverware line, because I'm moving things from the shop this is currently showed in to my new shop. And when I posted the items, I was posting keychains, and you have keychains and key rings as search terms. And I stupidly, you know, I had researched them before and honestly just didn't think about going back on eRank and checking it. And I put them up at on the page under key ring, I think it was. I had to look back. I had to look at it again. I'll check it. But one of the other of them pulls higher searches and things than the other. It's just a higher search term in general. So I pulled them up, and I'd left them sitting a couple days, you know, because I used my free listings, right? And I decided to check on the keyword tool and compare, and found out that the opposite word than what I used was actually the better word. Let's see. I'm going to check it again so I can make sure. I checked it 3 or 4 different ways to see which ones were the best. And so, I go through all this and check it, and I figured out. Well, to my surprise, I had messed up, used the wrong word. So I debated on it because they were similar, and it's taken a while for this to pull up. And I finally decided I was going to need to change the wording, and that it was enough difference that I would do that. So, gosh, this is taking forever this morning. Okay, so I had used key ring, and keychain pulls higher. In the search, key ring has unknown and it's high. Personalized keychain is higher, very high. Same thing, custom keychain, high, very high. The average views are much higher, you know. But the average views for personalized key ring was showing higher. So I was just really debating on what the heck to do. So I decided that I was going to make a change with them, and I was going to actually try to incorporate some of both, but I had gone with key ring, and I decided custom key ring was too low. I was not going to go with that. I was going to change it to keychain, and that personalized, I was going to try to use it both ways. So I had to reset my titles for this particular thing because of that. Since I wanted to hit these higher searches and get that right. Well, I've done this scenario before and changed them. And I did an actual video where I show how this works, and I'm going to see if I can do it again. If I can find a title that needs fixing so I can do it, because it's going to cost me money. But what I found when I changed them this time was, when I changed from key ring to key chain, and I published them and added that in, into my title, and added that into a tag word, and I go and check for most recently listed under, custom or personalized keychain. Wasn't there. I looked and looked and looked through every single page. I did the most recent listed. Nothing's there. It's not showing. I said, okay, I don't want to pay for this again. I used free listings. It didn't cost me to list them the first time. I don't want to pay. So I decided I was going to wait. I mean, I've done this before, so I knew I was being futile, but I decided I'm going to wait and just see and do the experiment to see again. So I wait because, they say, if you wait several days or weeks. So I waited and checked, a few hours, still nothing. I checked the next day, nothing. 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, a week later, nothing. Still, I cannot find myself in the new search. And I had enough listings that I knew that I should have been able to find myself somewhere. Looked every page, every time, checked most recent. No sign of my listings at all after a week in the new search. So I decided that I'm going to be forced to go ahead and pay the 20 cents. It was going to cost me like $6 or $8, I can't remember, to reset every single listing in that shop. That was a keychain to get it in that search. Once I did that and paid the 20 cents, I went over, and in a couple of minutes, I actually was showing up in the new search. I'm going to put a little note here. Right, immediately. Here's what happens is, if you're changing a title, say, for you just need to redo the title as far as to make it follow the new guidelines, and you're going to stick with the keywords that you already have because you know they're getting new sales, and you just want to rearrange the title to make it flow better and make it be in the better format. I'm trying to. Why is this not showing in the, hold on. Oh, it's showing. I'm going to look at one. I had a sale early in the morning with one I haven't sold in a long time. So this listing here, for instance, the title is done the old way, and obviously it's got me seen. I got a sale last night or early this morning with this title, but it's not in the right format. It's keyword stuffed. It's, it's all over the place. So I want to reset the title and change it. So I'm going to look at it. Okay, and I'm going to decide how I'm going to reword this title, and I'm going to go in and completely, kind of change it around. I'm going to fix this title, but I'm going to be using the same keywords that I had in it already that got me seen to get a sale. I'm also going to, because it's kind of been a slow mover, I'm going to change it up just a tiny bit. I'm going to make it into a better format, for one thing. And I'm going to rearrange a little bit. I'm going to cut that out, and I'm going to put I'm going to be sticking with mostly the same keywords, but I'm going to add one new keyword. Now, by using the same keywords that I've had in it and just putting them in a different order, it's not going to matter if I renew this title or not at all. And, you know, this thing just sold last night, so it's just recently renewed during the night, like a few hours ago. I think it's about 4 a.m. or something. So, custom personalized hand stamped jewelry, heart necklace. So, before the old title, it had it seen under, you know, same thing I have it right now, and it had it under engraved jewelry, and I'm not going to leave it under that. I'm going to change that. And I'm also going to add a new search phrase in here for it, and I'm going to change it a little bit up so I can get seen in at least, you know, 1 or 2 more new searches, because I have space left now that I've took out some of the duplication. So I'm going to put a couple new things in here, and then I'm not going to renew it. I'm going to show you what happens as far as getting it seen under the new keyword phrases, because I'm not hitting renew. All of the ones that I'm using the wording that's been in there, it's still going to show in the same place. It's not going to affect that at all. It's still going to be there because I've not changed any words. I've not used any new key phrases there. I'm not. So it'll still be right where it was. But for the new things, we're going to see what happens. So I'm going to try to get it in a couple new searches that it hasn't been, to see if I can boost this listing a little bit. I'm going to check all of my other stuff while I'm here, because Etsy seems to have an issue with leaving some things turned on sometimes for the and my attributes and all of that. So I'm going to check all of these things, make sure that's done while I'm in here. I'm going to add my styles, that kind of thing. Fix all of this that needs to be fixed. It can be personalized, occasion. We're going to say birthday or something to get it here. Automatic listing. I'm going to take out a few things out of my title also that I don't need anymore. And I'm going to, wait a minute, I'm going to add a few things here with this title into the description that I didn't have in there before. Kind of rearrange this a little bit while I'm working on it, because I'm wanting to, you know, get everything and go back. I'm going to go back and rework that a little bit later. So I'm going to check my tags down here, and I'm going to see what I need to change, and, you know, make sure all of that's good. because I do have, you know, some things that I don't need that are redundant that I know I'd get a ding on E-rank, but so I'm going to fix that. And I'm going to add some new tags now. Um, and I'm sorry it's taking me a little long. I want to make sure I get it right while I'm working on this thing. Cause, okay. And I'm going to put I fixed my tags, fixed everything. I've added some new tags, right? So some things I didn't have before in my title and my tags. So I'm going to make a note of what those things were so that I can check for these things, right? And I'm just going to hit publish. I'm gonna hit publish this since it was renewed last night. Then all of that's fixed. Everything's good. I'm gonna hit publish. Then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna look and see, am I showing up in the search that I just added it to? So will this item show when I search for as a recently added listing, when I search for let's see what search I'm going to look for because I added two. So I'm going to search for heart necklace with kids' names and see if I show up on there under that search. So there's 983 results for heart necklace with kids' names. Obviously, it's brand new. If I don't have a half a dozen of them, I'm not going to show well because there's some of my other stuff showing up. So I'm going to search for most recent and see if it's showing up under most recent because I just added it. So here's most recent. Now, technically, by showing most recent, because I just added heart necklace with kids' names to my title, I should be showing up right here. I mean, I should be showing up on this first row because I just did it, and I doubt that many people actually posted this, this many listings ahead of me in the last 2 or 3 minutes. Those are very pretty. So I'm not showing up. But I mean, hey, I just added new keywords, right? I should be showing up. Technically, that's what you're thinking. You should show up there, but it doesn't. I'm gonna wait a few minutes. I'm gonna refresh. I'm gonna give this a few minutes. Let's see if I show up. I'm gonna see if I have another one I can try. Let's see what else did I add to that title. Something that I wasn't using before. Mommy heart necklace. Let's look for that. Let's see if it's under mommy heart necklace. So 2,000 results there. I'm going to see if I show up there. You know, this is the regular search. No, not showing up unless I have, you know, half a dozen or so to show up in that search. So, okay, we're going to go here and we're going to go search for, again, most recent, because I just added that. So, it, you know, it should be under most recent, right? But it's not. It's not there either. I'm going to go back. We're going to check the stamped heart one. We're going to refresh again. I'm still not seeing, you know, under stamped necklace with kids' names, still not seeing myself there. Okay. And I'm waiting. So I could actually technically wait for days for this to reset itself. Eventually, it will reset. Etsy will scan by my little listing. It will find that it has new keywords in the title, and it will reset it, and it will show it up under this new search that at the current moment it's not showing under, even though I reset this title a few minutes ago and added some good basic keywords that I should you know, show up for. You would think I would show up automatically, but it's not working for it. I'm going to go back, look back at the mommy necklace one, see if I show up for there, because that's a new thing I added in my title also. And, you know, again, if you search most recent, if you recently added it and somebody had added ahead of you, you should be showing there. You know, whenever you fix it and you add in a search, you might not be on page 1, you might be on page 25, you can be anywhere in the search. But when you search most recent, the most recent listings that were added are supposed to pop up here, which would be the one you just added, right? So it's not doing anything. It's not getting me there. I'm not being seen. I'm not going to wait forever here to test this, because I've tested it multiple times and I know what's happening. It could take days, weeks. I mean, sometimes it takes like 3 weeks for it to actually show up. So in the meantime, for those 3 weeks, you are not showing up in that search. But if you go into this listing that you just changed keywords for, and you added things in for, and you hit renew, which I'm going to do, and pay the little 20 cents, even though it just renewed in the middle of the night. Exactly. So I'm going to do this. You're watching me do this. We're saving this video for YouTube. I'm going to hit renew, even though this thing just renewed about 5 hours ago. I'm going to pay the 20 cents again. And it says, hooray, I have renewed one listing. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to give it a few minutes and I'm going to refresh because once I hit it, I do have to give it a minute to get to that search, okay? But usually within 10 minutes or so of hitting renew, if you come back and check this again, you will show up in the new search. So this is, you know, not, yeah, when you are doing a brand new listing and do it, it does automatically show you there because you're paying for the first time and it's just now showing up there. But when you're changing a title and it's a title that, you know, you've paid for, isn't that funny? My name is right there on that necklace and you never see my name anywhere. But, yeah, when you do this way and you haven't paid to renew it, it doesn't show up. And it takes a good, you know, I think it's like 10 minutes or something is what I timed it at. So it's going to take, it might not take quite 10, but we're going to research it and I'm going to go in and search them again. But it shows up a whole lot faster. It will show up within, you know, several minutes versus several weeks when you hit renew. Because when I changed all those keychains, within 5 minutes or so, all of those were showing up under the new search phrase that I had changed it to, and they're showing now where they're supposed to be. And if I hadn't renewed them, I'd be sitting here waiting right on for that to happen. I'm going to search this again, see what happens. I'm going to hit most recent. And guess what happened, y'all? I just added this, just added those keywords, and there's my listing where I just renewed it. It's on the top row, spot number 3. Had I not renewed it, it's not going to be there. Okay? Now, I'm not saying to renew your listings daily or something. I mean, there was some idiot out there. I'm calling him an idiot because it was a money waster that was promoting the renew your listings daily. She had about 20 listings in her shop, and her thing, she was getting people to pay her to teach them this, that you should renew your listings 2 to 3 times a day. Go in and renew all of your listings. So 2 to 3 times a day, you're going to pay 20 cents to renew every listing in your shop. It gives it that boost for the first little bit, but it costs you a fortune, and it's not really doing much else for you. Because after a little bit, yes, it falls back in the search and resets itself to a new place. Now, this listing is not, right now, it's here because I'm checking most recent. So it's the most recent listing. It's not page 1 in the regular search, but it's in relevancy, but it's showing for most recent. I'm going to put relevancy and see. It's probably not, I'm not probably going to find it right now because I'd have to have several listings with a heart like that for it to show up. But it could be showing up on page 4 or 5 because I do have enough listings in that search. It's going to show up somewhere because there are only 6 pages for this. So the question, we'll look at it since there's only 6 pages. This is a more defined, small search here that I'm adding it for. But by adding what little phrase I added, I'm now seeing under mommy necklace with kid, heart necklace with kids' names, under mommy necklace with kids' names, under kids' name necklace. I actually added my little listing to about, with the 2 new phrases I put in, I actually made my listing show up in about 5 more searches than it was before. So I'm going to increase views on that item by doing what I did. It's one I should have changed a long time ago, just hadn't done it. I'm going to see where that listing is showing right now. But I know that it's there now because I checked the most recently added to find it. So I'm going to keep looking since it's only 5 pages, 6 pages. It may be on page 6, but it's there, and it will move up because I do have other listings in there, so I just have to give that a little more time. And I got some more I need to change and add to it, and it'll move. But at least now I know it's there by checking it. But if I hadn't have renewed it, it would still not be showing there. I'm going to check what was the other thing that I put in it that I was going to search it for. Maybe it was personalized heart necklace, maybe. And I'm going to check it for most recent. Or did I not put that in there? I don't remember. Maybe that's not the phrase I was trying for. No, it's not. Then I lost what I saw that you did, Valerie. I was like, God, she never went to sleep. I had to sleep. I was tired. Most recent. I can't remember what my other phrase was. Oh, there it is. Okay. So here it is now under stamp necklace with name, and it's showing up on page one when I search for most recent. So that means it's showing in the search, but a while ago it didn't even show for most recent. So that's how that kind of works. When you're trying to get in a brand new search, it gets there faster if you renew it. So when I'm doing that, I only renew a few at the time because it could get expensive. But if I'm in a hurry, like the ones the other day that I boo-booed up on, I renewed like 20 listings at one time that I had just put up, but I was trying to get them into the search I needed them to be in and fix my boo-boo because I didn't feel like waiting a month. I mean, you can wait. Yeah, I slept from about what time? I took a bath after I got off with y'all, so it was about 3:30, 4 o'clock when I went to bed, and I woke up about 9, and then I went back to sleep until about 10:30 and got up. But I had more sales during the night, so I got to get those done too. But this is how this works. You don't have to do it at all. I do it when I'm trying to get in that new search. If it's just a title you're rearranging to make it look better, you don't have to. It's going to automatically change the wording order around and show up showing in the new title. It may take a few minutes for that to happen, but it will fix that part because it's still in the same search phrases, still seen in the same search. It's just the same wording rearranged. But if you're adding new wording to get yourself in a new complete search, then that's when it helps. It gets you there faster. It's not a necessary thing. You can wait. You can sit and choose to wait for the weeks that it may take and not pay. And eventually it will change. It just depends on, do you want to make it get there faster? And if it's something that we find that we have been using horrible keywords to start with, and we've now found the keyword we think is the one we need to be using, you may want to go ahead and hit that renew button and spend that little 20 cents to make it happen. The ones that I just added to this title, I didn't need to renew it. It just renewed in the middle of the night. But I wanted to renew it because I wanted to get it seen in those extra searches after I changed my title and removed some of the duplication in there. I decided I wanted to go ahead and fix that and add a few more things. So now, whereas before it was seen for Carolina Girl hand-stamped necklace, engraved heart necklace, and something else. It wasn't showing under mommy necklace or heart necklace with kids' names, because you can put your name. That lady that actually bought this last night has added kid's name on it. So it wasn't showing under some of the bigger searches I want to get more items in. That's why I added those search phrases into my title to get it in a few more places, because now I'm seeing under mommy necklace, under heart necklace, kid's name necklace, I'm thinking of 4 or 5 new searches. So, sorry, I got a notice on something. But So it makes more sense for me to just go ahead and pay the extra 20 cents and get it there, and I'll get more views. And my title's looking better. It's revamped and fixed. I could have just revamped the title, not added the new phrases, or either added them and left it. It would show up, just like it had been showing up for months when it had only gotten one sale in the past year, which was today. But I want to try to get it more sales with this item. So that's why I decided to go ahead and add it and change that. But it's a matter of preference, but it does work to do that. I wouldn't go through and do my whole shop at one time, but if you're working on listings and you're, just now, like a lot of people in this class are new, they're just learning how to use eRank, they're just learning about keywords and learning about, the importance of them and how to change them. So for you, if you're making major changes, hitting that renew button, if you can, and thinking about the fact, it's 20 cents, but it's possibly going to get me way more views and maybe sales. It's worth the 20 cents to renew it. But it's totally a preference whether you can add it or not. But I've just showed you how, it works. I mean, those that I had that's in my keychains, I let them sit a solid week with no evidence of any kind of movement with them. So I just felt like I needed to go ahead. I couldn't waste any more time on it because I wasn't getting any views on them at all. And the views have picked up since I changed them. So I'm going to check them right now and see if I can see any of those listings after I renewed it, because I changed it, and I'm looking under the relevancy search to see if I see any of mine on page 1 since I did it, because this is a brand new shop and I have about 40 to 50 listings in it. My ad's showing up for it on page 1, so that's good. The class we talked about, our 3 a.m. session, we were talking about ads and how running ads can help with a new shop when you get your titles where they need to be, and how it can get you showing on page 1 where you may not have been in a search with 1,000 things. This is a search with 232 pages, so I might not have necessarily, with a brand new shop, gotten on page 1 had it not been for that ad. It would have taken me a little while and a few more listings in my shop to get there. But by using the ad, I actually, I'm there with at least an ad today. And here's another one of the ads from that shop showing up. But again, these are with titles that I'm sure of because they've been getting me sales when they were in my old shop. I've just moved them to a new one that's all keychains. But here's one of my listings in the brand new shop that's not an ad, that I did renew and change when I did my little boo-boo. And so it's showing in that search now for, on page 3, in this search, that's 11,000 search results. And I changed the keyword, so every single keychain in there has that custom, has the word keychain, personalized stamp keychain in there. And I'm actually showing up, on page 3 with that. So it can be done. I mean, I think I have 40 listings in that shop that are keychains right now. And I've made sure that all my keywords are strong, and I'm using the ads to get a little more boost to get to page 1. So now I have something on page 1, 2, and 3 showing up. I'm getting views in that shop already. Those are all things that, I'm going to, I show how to do in the class, how to make that work to get you going. But, and in the private consultations, I'll walk people right through exactly how to do this. But that renewing can make a huge difference in how fast your changes show up and get to working. Hang on, I got a customer messaging with some immediate thing. Let's see. Love customers. I know this. She wants to know, could she get something in her hand by next Thursday? Wow. If you pay the right price, you can, lady. So let me see what it is she's wanting, because I can't tell from the phone app. But there's your little video update on this. I'm going to save this one so everybody can reference back to it. It'll be on the page, and I'm going to move it to the YouTube page, even though we've had some chit-chat in there, to make it so I can label it and make it easier to find, so you can refer your friends to the video on there for YouTube. I'll download it and re-upload it there. But there is something to that theory. I've tested it multiple times. My other video I did, if I could find it, I'm going to post that too. But it was, you could really tell on it. But because I did a complete title change with it, and it was still showing under the old title, not the new title. Yeah, I get those messages all the time. I know it might be impossible, but and sometimes it is impossible, but sometimes it's not, because typically if you order today, it's going out in 2 days and you're going to get it by then anyway. But depends on the mail. But I'll post this, so it'll go to YouTube later as soon as I can download it and post it. But God, this has turned into an hour video. But if you have any more questions, let me know. I'll try to get to it. I'm going to be working on orders, so I will be right in front of my computer for any other questions today. But I got to get these orders out, because I got about 6 to do now, and I think when I went to bed I had 2. So we will talk to y'all later. I'm going to get to this customer and see if I can get her going.